and he's off balance a lot of times. Surprised he hasn't had a knockdown scored against him earlier in the fight.
Jorge Barrios has been hammered throughout the fight. And look at the sportsmanship as he and Guzman, who barely wanted to get close to each other in the opening referee's instructions, actually hugged to begin the 12th. Power shots in the 11th, Barrios 13 out of 64. Guzman, and this is extraordinary, it was seen to land 30 out of 48 power shots for a 63% connect percentage in the last round. Just a fight to the finish here. They're going to war down the stretch because Barrios is not going to back down.
Barrios is not backing down.
He's going to leave it all right here.
And everybody has forgotten all about the weight problems that Barrios had.
Well, I tell you one thing, between the two fighters, they both have gained a lot of respect for each other after this fight. I can tell you that, regardless of what emotions they had going into the fight.
Gaddy Ward type respect.
Yes.
Well, they exchanged some harsh words at some press conferences, building themselves up for this kind of a war.
They were serious. I was at the press conference Wednesday, and actually they almost got into a fight. They had to hold them. Once again, you can watch Barrios' balance is terrible. If any time Guzman would step back, he would land a punch, he would probably score a knockdown, because he gets his feet perfectly square.
Well, they have a great deal in common. Two economically deprived sons of very difficult, tortured neighborhoods who have had to fight to the finish all their lives to get above water and are fighting to the finish here because that's what they're all about. Two guys who probably are more alike than they would ever dream.
I saw Guzman take a look up at the clock himself. He's wanting this to hurry up and end himself now. I think he's forgotten about a knockout. He just wants to hold on to the end.
Well, probably he understands after that last round that he could have 5 free shots at Guzman with any, or at Barrios with any punch he wants, and there's no guarantee he could even knock him down.
And as strange as it is, if it was a 15-round fight like years back, Barrios may have stand a chance of winning.
No quarter, no give up, no quit. Fight to the finish all their lives. This is what they do. This is how they started. This is how they'll finish. 12 rounds of sheer mayhem for Guzman and Barrios. Give them a hand, folks. Stand up off your sofas. Crowd rises to its feet in appreciation of the kind of passion that boxing brings.
Got to give a hand to Eric Gomez, the matchmaker. He's did a fantastic job tonight.
No question. Golden Boy's Eric Gomez gets a ton of credit for this card.
This is one of those warm-up acts for the main event that overpowers the main event sometimes.
CompuBox numbers in 12. Barrios landing 28 out of 110 punches. We told you he wouldn't quit. Guzman 15 out of 56, and Guzman basically just tried to get through that last round.
Oh, my God.
Let's take a look at who are the 3 judges who will choose a winner between the battered Jorge Barrios and the constantly battering but not able to get a knockout Joan Guzman. Carol Castellano, veteran judge, 57 title fights, scored the first Barrera-Morales fight for Morales along with Dalby Shirley. Bill Graham, 64 title fights, former fighter himself. Lewis, 117, 111 over Holyfield. Pretty much the conventional scorecard in that fight. William Lurch, only 7 title fights. Not too terribly difficult to figure out that Vladimir Klitschko beat Chris Bird in their first fight. Klitschko knocked him down several times. Good buddy as he is with David Ortiz. Guzman couldn't get one of those walk-off hits that Ortiz has made himself famous
Well,
with.
as we said earlier, Jim, he's more of a Renteria type of hitter, and that wasn't good enough against Guzman tonight.
Yep, he had the wrong guy in the corner over there.
Jorge Barrios was 46-2-1 coming in. Joan Guzman was unbeaten at 25-0. Michael Buffer will tell us who has won this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. Bill Graham scores the bout 114-113 for Barrios. Carol Castellano has it 114-113 for Guzman. And William Lurch scores it 115-112 to the winner by split decision. And new WBO Junior Lightweight World Champion, still undefeated, the Sycuan Warrior, Joan Guzman.
Well, though Willie Graham saw it the other way, two judges see it pretty much the way we did, and Joan Guzman now has a 130-pound title belt. Just a belt, not the overall championship of the division. Final CompuBox numbers will show you that Guzman was far more accurate, landed more punches, landed at a significantly higher connect percentage. Barrios, no quit, non-stop, kept throwing throughout the fight, throwing 162 more punches than did Guzman in the 12 rounds. And power shots, and you can see that Guzman landed at a pretty extraordinary 50% connect rate, but Barrios, of course, is about as willing a target as you'll find.
Jim, I think what may have happened here, because I did have it a closer fight than we thought, was that Barrios got more credit for body punching than some fighters will get in fights. Because of the way he was throwing the punches, you could see the body punches from up in the rafters. They were having an impact. And so I want to credit the officials tonight for giving credit
Well, incidentally,
to him.
I mentioned that Bill Graham, that judge, is a former fighter. And you might expect a former fighter. Not all judges are. In fact, not many are. You might expect a former fighter to be a little more sophisticated in giving credit for the body punch.
Right. But I think the decision was the right one, and I think it was a fairly close fight. And the kind of fight, hey, you want to see Barrios no matter who he's fighting.
Absolutely. No question about it. Well, that was great entertainment. We expect more of it still to come.